Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, that's a good meditation. I hope that you are able to calm yourself, relax yourself. It takes time for any good thing to happen, especially the spiritual practice is uh, is something that we need to practice constantly. Not too much, not too less. And I think meditating in the morning is more productive because at the end of the day you have a lot of things to process, right? The food, events, things that happen the whole day. So better to do it, maybe once you wake up, maybe after, uh, so that you have no big events, things that happen on a day. You're starting it off. You want it to happen really good. Yeah, so we did the same way today, especially for this program. Now it's time for the walking meditation. I understand that most of you have done the walking meditation with me in the temple, most of you. And maybe there are a couple, kids who have not done it, but I understand they may have done it, previously, with their parents or maybe with a different Buddhist teacher. Because we're gonna do the walking meditation, we might not be in front of the camera. Keep your camera on, but you can do your walking meditation elsewhere because we're gonna be back in 15 minutes, 9:15. So in the walking meditation, I will give you some some insights. When you do the walking meditation, you need to find out a certain area. Let's say you are standing here now. Then let's say you are walking to the other side of this area slowly, not too fast, not too slow. Uh, you need to scan the path ahead of you, and then you need to be aware of the whole walking process, whether you are when you lift your foot, when you are moving it, when you are putting it down and pressing it down and back to the lifting. So we're going to be looking at becoming more mindful about all these things. The more you can be mindful about the whole process of your walking, the better you have um, yeah, this result in the walking meditation. Okay, so at the same time, please take your time to go to washroom and all these things, because we're gonna be back in 14 15 minutes. 9:15 we're gonna be back here. So please rise and then do the walking meditation. Okay. Yeah. You don't need to show it to me, but it's okay if you have a short space. Please do your own walking meditation, but it's okay, no problem. Um, yeah, thank you for being back to the problem. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unmute your mics because we're gonna be having this Dhamma discussion now. Yeah, let me do that first. And then what I want you to do is that you need to identify yourself because I see there are individuals who have no video at this point. Uh, Please identify yourself. Uh, give, give me 1 second. Okay, here I'm gonna unmute all. Okay, so all are unmuted now. But if you have a question at the Q&A session, there's a button here called, I think, reaction button. So there is kind of a button like wave, not the thumbs up. Okay, so just hit on the wave button. Then I know that you have a question to ask. That would be better. Otherwise, everybody is asking the question at the same time. Okay. I'm gonna be unmuting again one more time until I'm done with my talk. And in the Q&A session, I'm gonna be unmuting again. You can do it. But before that, let me know who you are. So I'm Gangodawila Chandima from the Ottawa Theravada Buddhist Kid. So yeah, so we can go from the first row. I think Hiruni and Tikshan is there. Can you identify yourself?
Hi, my name is Hiruni.
My name is Tikshan.
Nice to see you. And on the other side of my screen, there is Situ. Can you identify yourself?
Hello, I'm Situn, and I'm come from Germany.
Oh, Germany. What part of Germany are you from?
Kiel.
Kiel. Okay. Good to see you. Yeah. I can see someone on the second row. Is Dilaka?
Hello, I'm Dilaka.
Yeah. And next. Oh, I think there is Manushi and Tarusha. Yeah, identify yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Manashi. Hi, I'm Natasha.
And then, is that Ovindu and Ovini?
Hi, I'm Ovindu.
Hi, I'm Ovini.
Okay, good to see you. And then we have our teacher, singular teacher. Yeah, please identify yourself.
I'm Lata Amarasekara.
We know. Good to see you. And you woke up early morning today. You want to join, and she will be giving us a short talk. Okay, just before we're gonna done. Yeah, and then that Sandaruge, please identify yourself. Hi, Ms. Who are you? Are you Naomi?
Yeah.
Okay, Naomi joining us. And then, yeah, the other side. That's Sela and Seth. Yeah, please identify yourself.
Hi, I'm Seth. Hi, I'm Sela.
Okay, good to see you. And are there anyone else? Let me see. Okay, not right at this time. Okay, so I'm gonna be unmuting again. Okay, so I unmuted all. No, I'm gonna mute them, right? So I'm gonna mute. Okay. Okay, so dear children and parent, including our teacher, Lata Aunty, today is a very special day for all of us. As you know that we supposed to do a full program in the temple, but because of the situation, we had to cancel all those events. But we really wanted to do this virtually. And then that's why we took 2 hours today to do this. I don't think it's a problem for us because the practice needs your, you know, your mind, your good mind, right? So you have a peace of mind now because you are practicing, you did meditation, and now you are joining with this Dhamma discussion, and you may have questions at the end. So I think all happens in a good way. Nothing has stop us not doing in terms of our program. So the important significance of the Vesak Poi Day was already explained to you now. If you have any more questions, you can ask at the end. So I would like to move on to the topic for today's Dhamma discussion. As I told you at the beginning, the topic is going to be how to be a responsible Buddhist child. It's a very good topic because responsibility is a big thing in our life. No matter what, we need to be responsible for certain things. So I would like to talk about this topic in 3 aspects. First, responsibility in terms of our personal life, in terms of day-to-day things, in your life. We can further discuss about that. Second aspect is responsibility in terms for other people, in terms of other people. How we need to look at other people, especially in this dire situation. People are suffering. Not even this dire situation, even when you are at school, when you are home, when you are outside, your perspective about other people in terms of responsibility. The third aspect is responsibility in terms of our karma, the karma. So that's a very big topic in the Buddhist teachings. Karma is responsibility. You can do whatever you want, but keep in mind, you have to take the responsibility. Okay, so that's why I chose this topic. So let's go back to the normal day-to-day things. As a child who was born to Sri Lankan parents, that we have certain customs. I mean, even this practice is not done by many in other cultures, but we do it. We have a big purpose. So the main thing that I want to talk about responsibility in terms of personal life is that we need to be, especially you need to be kids who wake up early morning. Is that a good habit? Is that a good habit? So people who, I know there could be some reasons you may have to sleep little longer on some days, but as a practice, we are supposed to wake up early morning, not like 4 a.m., at least a little bit early. That's a good practice. So starting from that point, and then once you wake up, what we are supposed to do? Do you let your mom to arrange your bed, set your bed up, or you're gonna do it? You're gonna do it by yourself because you are the one who slept on that bed. You're just letting your mom do. I don't want to do that. You come and do it. Is that your perspective? No. As a Buddhist kid, we're supposed to set our bed, arrange our bed once we woke up. Without doing that, we don't go to do anything. So that's the first thing. And that really helps us to focus the day, because once you arrange your bed after you waking up, you feel very comfortable. So I'm going to start my day from this point, this particular thing. I'm not messing up. My bed is clean and you are washing them, and then you are arranging it really nice. So then that feeling, that impression is a very good feeling to continue the day for all of you. And then what about, are you taking care of your things, or are you letting your parents to take care of most of your cleaning stuff? Do you just eat and drink your things and you want to just, leave them for your mom and dad to clean them? I don't know, I mean, how many of you do that? But that's a responsibility. When you eat, after you eat, as a Buddhist kid, your responsibility is to clean your dishes. What you did, I mean, maybe you can help your mom and dad after that too, if you have time. But definitely, your plate, your cup, you need to wash by yourself. That's responsibility, right? And what about giving help to your mom and dad? If possible, you can do by yourself. Maybe cleaning the house, maybe sweeping the floor, vacuuming. So we need that responsibility first. If you don't have that responsibility, even you study high, even you get good grades, even you become a doctor, lawyer, I don't think you can be a responsible person, right? Education has to go with your responsibilities. But you have to keep in mind, don't take unnecessary responsibilities too. Some people take all the responsibilities of other people. You don't need to do that. You have to understand what's the level of responsibilities you need to take. As I said, especially the things that I said just before, cleaning and taking care of your own personal things. And these days we know we need to clean ourselves, right? We are not supposed to touch our eyes, right? Touch our face. We got to be very careful. So you have to keep your personal health and hygiene really good. That's really interesting. Uh, even the governments, even the country are telling people do that, do this. But if people don't listen and they don't do, I think nobody can spread. No, nobody can stop the containing spreading, right? So all these are responsibilities at the end, personal level, social level. What else? So they were the main things that came to my mind at this point. I would also add cleaning is a big part. If you don't clean yourself, uh, that's going to be a big problem. Do you remember one incident that Buddha had to deal with? There were Brahmins at the Buddha time. So he went to the Ganges. You know Ganges in India, the big river. People think that even today, if you wash yourself from that Ganges, your all the bad karma will be, washed away, will be neutralized, will be mitigated. You, like some people say about Kalaniya temple, right? If you respect Kalaniya temple once, and your all the bad karma will be, neutralized. The power will be neutralized, mitigated, or destroyed, the bad karma. So then once when Buddha was, going near the Ganges, he got to see some Brahmins, some people, they were bathing a lot from the Ganges unnecessarily. It can happen even now. It happens. And then the Buddha asked from the Brahmin, "What are you guys doing here?" They knew the Buddha, and they said, "Buddha, bathing in the Ganges uh, uh, neutralize, destroy all our bad karma we may have done in the past life or in this life." And then the Buddha said, "What do you think about the fish in this Ganges? What do you think about the other watery animals and snakes and other animals in the watery animals in the Ganges?" And Buddha said, purification, impurification do not happen just because you are taking a shower, bathing from this kind of a river. It happens when you purify yourself by practicing, especially when you taking care of your good thoughts, when you are letting go your bad thoughts. That's when you are purifying yourself. You may go to the washroom, bathroom, take a shower. It's okay, but don't think that you can purify yourself from these kind of places. See, now we have come to a point. That means cleanliness is important, but the real cleanliness, the real purification is taking care of your body. At the same time, you are uh, taking care of your mind. So that's the main place. When people are really, uh, stuck in their thoughts, they are really impure. They are not pure. So they have polluted their mind with jealousy, anger, all these things. There are things that we all have to deal on a daily basis. We have to understand these specific bad mental states and then let go of them. That's a real purification. Anyways, so now those two kind of purification. So basically, responsibility, when you are practicing this responsible Buddhist child perspective, the first thing is that it affects your personal day-to-day things, as I said, starting from making your bed and cleaning yourself, helping, that kind of stuff. Second is your responsibility towards other people, your mom, dad, friends, school people, everybody, out there. What is that responsibility? Buddha asks us to practice 4 important virtues. What are they? Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekkha. These 4 universal mental states have to be cultivated at all times. But there will be times that would push us not to think about those things. They are really disturbances for us. Let's say, what is metta? Loving kindness. So we need to spread loving kindness towards everybody, regardless of which country, whatever, everything. So we have to spread that loving kindness regardless of any condition. The second, even including your enemies. Do you have enemies? I bet you don't have enemies. At least the people who don't agree with something. You call them like enemies. We shouldn't make enemies. If there are enemies, we should be able, because even you say there is a justified, fair reason to be angry, even at that point, you develop anger. That's the problem. That anger causes you to be really practicing mental polluted states. You might say, okay, I need to be angry because that person did a really bad thing. Even at that point, you are spreading bad thoughts. You may have a justified reason. Okay, if there is a fair reason to be angry, you have to settle that. Okay, this happened, but it's not anymore. But in my mind, I understand. I want to let it go. That is previous. That is previous me. I don't want to, let it grow in me. I want to let it go instead of that. That is metta. Karuna. Karuna is compassion. These days, we really need compassion. Why is it? A lot of people are experiencing discomfort, right? They have to stay home. A lot of people getting infected. Some people are dying. And then this is a good time to be compassionate. But what most of people do instead of that, they are trying to check how many people die, how many people infected, and they are blaming other people. You are spreading this disease, and you have a lot of anger, hatred at the end. We know there are people, we can't make everybody same. Instead of that, we have to be compassionate towards everybody, sending karuna, compassion to all the beings in the universe at the same time, hoping this will go away very soon. That's our mentality. Don't try to check how many people die, how many been infected all the time, because that will create you agitation, excitement, at the same time frustration too. But spread compassion to all the beings to overcome this issue as soon as they can. Third thing is mudita. Mudita means equanimity. Sorry, not mudita is equanimity. Mudita means altruistic joy. That means you are able to be happy when there is a chance of jealousy can come to you. You know that we can be really happy all the time because our selfish mentality comes up, arises, and say, don't be happy, but you can shake your hands. That's a really good time to test whether you are not jealous. You should be able to be happy when your friends, when your other people, when someone online achieve their best. That happiness is really challenging to many, but we should be able to. We should try our best to be happy when someone is happy. And upekka is equanimity. Equanimity means the highest state, mental state in the Buddhist teachings. Anybody knew that this is the highest state in the Buddhist teachings? Upekka? Maybe not. Upekka is the highest state. You can be happy, you can be compassionate, you can practice loving kindness, but you may not come to upekka. Why upekka is that high? The reason is, what is upekka? Being able to stay uh, being able to stay unchanged when you are complimented, when you are criticized. Are you getting a lot of compliments? Are you getting a lot of criticism on a daily basis? Half and half, right? It depends, right? Depends on individuals. When you do a good job, people compliment you. But sometimes the same person might criticize you constructively. You get very angry. You were complimented, and today this guy is trying to, criticize me. But it's okay. Buddha says, try to stay unchanged when people are complimenting you, when people are criticizing you constructively. Because you understand you did a good job and you're going to continue the good job. If you do a poor job, you understand you did it poorly. It won't happen again. You are making sure to yourself. But don't be overwhelmed. That's a big problem. That's why Buddha says upekka is such a high, very, very high state of mind. We need to achieve that state. So this is what I'm telling all of you to practice when it comes to your responsibility towards other people, you and to other people. Don't think you can practice loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity from other people. Don't do that. It won't happen. That's why a lot of people lacking in self-love these days. They just go and take their life. They don't think there is any worth in their life. No, we have to find out our worth first, self-worth. If we think that we are not really worthy enough, then we have to make us worthy, by studying well, by helping others. We have to find out our avenues of success, right? So that's why Buddha said, even in the loving kindness meditation, where did Buddha ask us to start from? From us, because we know how much we love ourselves. We have to give the same love towards other people, no conditions. But you have to be very careful when you're doing that, because when you're doing it, that doesn't mean that you're gonna tell people how much you like this, but in your deep mind, you have the same perspective. They are not other people. They are beings, human beings. They are animals, not even the humans, animals, everybody, right? Every being. In Buddhist teachings, Buddha said, we have to take really seriously about any life of any being. Because in this life, we can be humans. Next life, we can be somebody else, right? So let's say someone is an animal. So we shouldn't, think little. Somebody's experiencing some discomfort. We have to, care. We have to spread loving kindness, compassion to all those individuals, beings. The last aspect is spiritual aspect, responsibility as a spiritual point. Karma, as I told you, is karma a responsibility? Is it a responsibility? Yes. Buddha said, okay, do whatever you want, but the problem is you are the one who is going to experience the repercussions. So that's why Buddha said, before you talk, think. Before you act, think. Before you think, also think. Sometimes you can think before think, right? What if I think this for that? What if I think this thing for that particular scenario, that particular event, that particular something? Then you're going to be a very much productive, effective person in terms of karma. A lot of people, they worry, why I did that? I didn't think that much, but I did it. That's why Buddha said once, before we talk, before we act, before we think, it is really good if we can think before, and we are taking responsibility. Okay, so these are the three aspects that I wanted to share with you in becoming a responsible Buddhist kid. Now I'm unmuting your mics if you have any questions to ask. Can you just send me a wave? I can see Who wants to ask a question? Okay, here we go. Anyone to start about this day, this retreat, Seal Day, you know, the Buddha, or today's topic?
Huh?
I'm gonna ask.
Let me ask from Situm, because I haven't seen him like this kind of problem. I know all of the others. Situm, what do you have any questions about today's program? Today, Vesak? You may ask in Sinhala, it's okay, because he doesn't speak that much English. He's from Germany. You practice 8 precept at other times? Okay. Yeah, others? Yeah. Let's take the maximum use of this time, please. Okay, let me ask you a question before we then go over the other questions. What is the best way to respect the Buddha on Vesak Day? I think I discussed that at the beginning, because you and your parents, everybody in Sri Lanka and most of the countries, they celebrate. They say they celebrate. I don't know. They celebrate Vesak Day. I think it's a day not to celebrate. It's to deepen our practice. You know, deepen our practice and respect the Buddha in the best way. So I talk about that best way. With a story with a monk called Dhamma, Venerable Dhamma. You remember what I said at the end? What happened and what Buddha said? It's the best way to respect him. Anyone? What did Buddha say when the other monks asked Venerable Dhamma to come to see the Buddha? What he said? He said, I thought because Buddha is going to die, pass away in 4 months, I want to become an arahant, enlightened person before Buddha passes away, so that I am doing the best respect to the Buddha. Are we doing the same? Have we been doing the same to the Buddha? Or are we just offering flowers and, you know, etc., and then saying respect, thank you for the teaching? Is it what we do? What's our practice? Do we just offer the flowers and things? We need to offer flowers as a respect, but we have to go a little higher, deeper. That is to practice. That's what Buddha really expected us to do. Okay, any questions? Yeah, anyone can start. Hiruni, Tikshan?
Cover something.
Tikshan, why did you take precept today?
Precepts?
Right. Why did you take precept, 8 precept today?
Why did I take it?
Yeah, why?
To learn more about the teachings of Buddha
Mm-hmm.
to
And then learning, and then what's the next thing that you are expected to do after we've done this properly? You're gonna put them into practice, right? As much as you can. So that's the main thing. So everybody, all of you here, that will be your that should be your real wish.
Mhm.
Okay, looks like no question. They are happy. I think they learned a lot. Am I right? Did you learn a lot today?
Yes.
And that's why you may not have any questions, right?
Mm.
Okay. So without further ado, I would like to then invite our Lata auntie to share with us some of your insights for a few minutes. And then we're going to share all the good karmas, and I'm putting you back into the 5%. Let's say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu. Reverend Sangha Nayaka Hemalankara Swamin Wahanse, Reverend Dr. Chandima Swamin Wahanse, dear parents and children. Today we celebrate Vesak Full Moon Day. Vesak Poya is very important for Buddhists because Prince Siddhartha was born in Lumbini, the Salpa, on Vesak Poya Day. Attained Buddhahood at Buddha Gaya and attained Parinirvana at Kushinaram. These 3 important events were held in same Vesak Poya Day. Though throughout the year we observe 5 precepts, Panatipata, Dinadana, like that. But on the day of Sil, today we observe 8 precepts. Reverend Sangha may observe with us Atasil. There are 3 extra precepts to worship Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. As a good Buddhist children, we must respect and salute our parents, and we must obey them. Parents and elders, we must obey them, wish them health and happiness. We also respect all living beings. Shakyamuni Buddha said, for those who are respect parents and elders, 4 things are increasing. What are those? Beauty, happiness, strength, and health. We need all these for our living. We must develop our metta, loving kindness. Reverend priest mentioned for that for you all. Without ourselves and the other, with ourselves and the others, compassion too. These are good habits. Be good and honest to everyone. That is very important. Mahatma Gandhi said, Mahatma Gandhi, that is a philosopher, politician, days. Do not ask what the world can do for you. You ask what you can do for the world. That is very good an example quotation. So you must help others. Before you do something, you must think not to harm the others and the environment. Environment is very important for us. It's not good for harm to environment too. You are most striving to become a bit better person than you were yesterday. That's also very important. Always be good and honest, and be day by day, try to be a good person. Buddha preached, Sabba Papasa Karana, Kusalasa Upadhampada, Satita Pariyodapana, Etan Buddha Nusasana. That means avoid all evil, do good, purify one's own mind. This is the teaching of all Buddhas. So I wish health and happiness all of you. May triple them bless all of you. ගෞරවනීය පූජනීය ආචාර්ය ඩොක්ටර් චන්දිම ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ ඇතුළු ඔබ සැමට තිසරණ සරණ ලැබේවා. සාදු සාදු සාදු.
Thank you for the insightful that insightful talk. And I think what you highlighted in your short talk was very interesting, and you were quoting, going beyond the Buddha, talking about the Gandhi philosophy. Don't think what the world can do. You think about what you can do to the world. That's a responsibility-related thinking, right? So we may not be able to do a lot of like diplomatic stuff, but we can change us. That's what we do. We change us. Especially in terms of our mental purity and all the other things, right? So when we are responsible that way, we can really change us and our family around us and our friends and then the whole world. That's a really good thing to learn today. I'm happy that I see all of you wearing white dresses today. Why did you wear white dresses today? That's a good question, right? What's the reason?
That is purify our life.
Yeah, white is the color of the purification. But I know there are people who are wearing white and doing bad things too. So when we wear white, that means we want to feel ourselves that this is the color of the purity. That's why people wear white color when they want to take precepts. Yeah, so that's the thing. Okay, so I think we are slowly heading towards the end of the program. Any more questions or anything to say? I want you to, I wanted to talk a little bit today. Nobody talks. Are you happy? What's going on? Is everyone okay? And you know that today we have the Dhamma school too. We are conducting Dhamma school on Skype because Mike is comfortable on Skype. So he wanted to do the same from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Skype. Most of you on Skype for the Dhamma school every second Sunday. And I hope that he was talking about debate about a specific topic. I don't know whether he's going to do that today. But anyway, expect all that today. Yeah. So it's really nice to see you all for the SIL program. I hope that by next year things will be okay and we will see each other in the temple, and we can do the same program too in different ways, because online things are really easy nowadays for all these things to make easy. Okay, so now is the time to give you the 5 precepts back again. So you are ending your 8 precept time. That means this particular duration, 2 hours, you had a few more precepts, but you are now going back to 5 precepts. In order to give you the 5 precepts, please say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu. Recite Namo Tassa 3 times to observe 5 precepts.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutyanpi Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutyanpi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutyanpi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Patiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutyanpi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Patiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutyanpi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Patiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutyanpi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Anati pata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Atipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Adinnadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Kamesu michchachara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kamesu Michchachara Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Surameraya majjapama dattana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Suramere Machikama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Okay, now we're going to share all the good karmas we've been accumulating so far from the beginning. So let's reflect upon the good things we've been doing from the beginning. You all observed 8 precepts, and then you listened to a short sermon about the important significance of Vesak full moon Poya day, and then we did breath meditation, Anapanasati Bhavana, and followed by 15 minutes of walking meditation. And then you listen to a Dhamma talk about how to become. I think you have already become a responsible Buddhist kid, but how to cultivate, how to develop, this responsible Buddhist, childhood, this mentality, and you listen to that. And then we also listened to a short speech talk from Lata Auntie, and we were all in like quiet talk. So we've been accumulating a lot of good karma. Good karma that we've been accumulating, they are infinite. You cannot say this much, this many. They are infinite. And then let's share all these good karmas with the departed relatives who passed away in the name of all of us. Especially at this time, many people have died. Over 100,000 people have died, especially from this disaster. May all the beings, may all the people who died from this disaster, and all the other relatives who passed away in the name of all of you, your mom's side, your dad's side, and also the individuals who passed away in the name of all of us, who we don't know in the past life. May all they share in all these good. May all they share in all these good karmas. May they be happy and peaceful. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And recite the stanzas. Idam me nyati namu sukita. Idam me nyati namu sukita. Idam me nyati namu. We have a custom of sharing good karmas with the deities who protect all of us. When we say deities, in the Gatha, we say Deva Naga Mahiptika. Not even the Devas, but also Nagas. Naga are not the snakes. Nagas mean some powerful individuals. Okay. So may all the Devas and Nagas share in all these good karmas we've been accumulating so far, because we have practiced Sila, we have practiced Samadhi, we have practiced Panya so far, and we're going to continue in our own ways. May all the good karmas we've been creating through our practice be shared by all the devas and nagas. May they be happy and peaceful. May they especially bless and protect all the living beings in the universe nowadays, because they are all very, it's an unprecedented move at this point. So may all the beings be protected. May their blessings help the beings to handle their, uncertainty, anxiety, fears, frustrations, all these, negative stuff. May the devas and nagas also be happy and protect all of us. Your family members, your mother, father, relative, everybody who we know and who we don't know. May all they be happy and peaceful. May the nagas and devas also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's recite the stanzas. Ettavatacha ammehi
Sampadam punyam sampadam
sabbe deva
anumodantu
anumodantu
sampati
sampati
siddhya.
Ettavatacha ammehi
Sampadam punyam sampadam
sabbe bhuta anumodantu sampati siddhya. Ettavatacha ammehi
Sampadam punyam sampadam
sabbe satta anumodantu sampati siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummatha
Devanaga Mahitika
punyantang anumoditva
Tirandakantu Lokasasana
Akasattha cha bhummatha devanaga mahintika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanang. Akasattha cha bhummatha devanaga mahintika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu mang paranti. Finally, let's make a great wish. We all have great wishes at the end of our ceremonies, at the end of any Buddhist ceremony. May all the good karmas we've been accumulating in all these ways, sila, samadhi, panya, virtue, concentration, and wisdom. And we made a lot of good karmas. May all the good karmas we've been accumulating in all these ways help all of us to attain the final goal of the Buddhist teachings, Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now I'm going to be blessing you with couple stanzas, and after that you can worship the monks. We don't do the parents worshipping today because we are doing the parents worshipping in the Dhamma school today. Okay. Abhivadana Silisse Nichang Vadha Pachayinu Chattaru Dhamma Vadhanti Ayuvan Balan Ayuraru Sampati Sampati Atu Nibbana Sampati Vinati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now you can worship the monks. Somebody can start. Maybe our auntie can start. Others can follow. Silavantam.
Silavantam Gunavantam Punyakatam Antara Niraneva Mahavitam Buddhaputram Namamaha Silavantam Gunavantam Punyakatam Antara Niraneva Mahavitam Buddhaputram Namamaha Silavantam Gunavantam Punyakatam Antara Dhirameva Mahavitam Buddhaputram Namamaha.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much for being with this program. So have a happy day, and I'm going to end the meeting now. Teruvan Saranai. Take care. Stay safe.
Teruvan Saranai. Swami Nahanse Bhante.